Hey, welcome to the Big Sister Podcast, coming from a little sister. In this 6-episode series, we're going to dive into how to take care of your mind and body as a girl in your late teens to early 20s, when advice from social media and just life, like the world in general, can be really overwhelming. So today, we have a special guest, my dear friend and my roommate, Addie McAllister, and she's here to discuss mindfulness and what it means to be aware of yourself and others. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Addie?
Yeah, my name is Addie McAllister. I'm a senior. I recently got engaged over the summer.
Show us the ring.
She's a beaut. Yeah, I have been very influenced by social media and like almost everything. So,
Yeah, honestly, I think we are just going to start the episode off with a little bit of a chit chat about, I guess, our experiences with social media before we dive into the topic in particular. I know there's a lot of talk about is social media actually beneficial
yeah.
to us and to our minds and everything. Personally, I can see like the benefits while also seeing the negatives about it, because I think there's definitely a lot of things that I overthink a lot more and kind of pay attention to that I wouldn't without social media.
Yeah.
But I think there's also a lot of things I've learned and a lot of ways that I've grown thanks to social media.
Yeah, I've definitely learned and like seen a lot of like tips and tricks, especially with like things I'm more interested in. Like if that day or something I'm really like looking through like hair care videos or like skincare, makeup, anything, like I know I'll be looking for that and like looking for little tips and tricks. But sometimes there's just other things like real world situations, I guess, like that I don't really want to see.
Yeah, it kind of just like brings down your mood.
Yeah.
Like, and it's good that it's making us aware, but also
Yeah. But also,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into our first topic of the episode. What does it mean to be actively aware of what you're doing and how to avoid floating through life? So our first TikTok is from creator Tyler James, and he basically recommends going out of your routine a little bit to avoid the feeling of your life flying by. So let's watch that.
What's up, y'all? I want to talk to you today about slowing down time. You heard that right, slowing down time. Because chances are you probably feel like sometimes your life is flying by. And that's often because you're so enmeshed in your routine and way of living that everything is just on autopilot. And when you're a kid, you don't have any routines necessarily. You don't have any habits in place yet. So you have so many of these new novel experiences and it all seems so fresh and time moves slowly because of that. When you're a kid, life seemed to last forever. And as you get older, that novelty wears off. So keep doing what you're doing, but make micro adjustments to what you're doing. Take a different route, use your other hand, show up just a little bit differently. And it's a moment by moment opportunity. It's not like you have to wait for Monday, you don't have to wait for the next day. You're doing so many things routinely already, and each one that you're doing offers you an opportunity to dive in just a little bit differently. So practice just a little playful curiosity with that. And even if it's something that you've been doing for years. And as you do this, you won't need to wish for more time if you learn how to control it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, Tyler James just recommends going out of your routine, maybe just taking a different route to work or
Using your other hand.
yeah, saying hey to someone that you maybe normally wouldn't see or something like that.
Yeah.
Just little things to make it feel less like your life is flying by. So now we're going to move to some advice on Instagram. And then right after that, we'll dive into our personal experiences, advice, and opinions. So the advice from Instagram is from The Real Blueprint Mental Health. And they basically say that without stepping out of your comfort zone, you end up feeling unfulfilled and floating through life. So let's look at that.
Happens the more you get programmed to only move towards what feels good in the moment and away from anything that's uncomfortable or difficult, ultimately that leaves you feeling unfulfilled, lacking joy, just kind of wafting through life, getting their little hits of pleasure here and there, but not feeling any sense of fulfillment. Because real sense of fulfillment, guys, comes on the back end of moving towards something that's actually difficult and that's scary and that's hard, and you go forward anyway and you get through it and you come out the back end stronger, that's what fills you up.
So after watching both that TikTok and that Instagram reel, let's just dive into first what we kind of think about both things of advice. We'll start with TikTok.
Yeah.
So I personally, I liked what the creator was saying, and like I agree, but I also feel like there's definitely other ways that you can go about like making sure your life isn't like flying by.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree. I think that stepping out of your comfort zone in general is good for anyone. And I say that as someone who hates change and hates stepping out of my comfort zone. But yeah, I think it does, like, I think it's great advice.
Yeah, I also hate stepping out of my comfort zone, but I will say something that has helped me become more confident in myself is like going to the gym. And my fiance helped me when I first started going to the gym, and he helped me. Like, I literally was so scared to go to the gym by myself. I wouldn't go unless he was going that day, and if he didn't go, I didn't go. And then I like slowly became stronger. I like did my own research and learned like different exercises that I wanted to do. And now like in the gym, I'll literally go and try something, and if it doesn't work out, like, or if I can't do it or if I do it wrong or something, I'll like, who cares? No one's really watching you in the gym. Like, literally everyone's doing their own thing, and you're there to like better yourself.
Yeah.
No one's gonna judge you for that.
Even like, I literally was the same way, and I've recently been going to the gym thanks to Addie here because she's actually helped me like learn the correct form and everything, and now we'll go to the gym together and I'll do my own thing without her. I might occasionally need some help with machines, but
Yeah.
like other than that, I think, and definitely think that's like helped better me as a person going to the gym. Like, even if it's, I've literally just been going for like a month, so there's
Okay, I feel
not
like it's been a little bit more than a month.
there's not really any like gains yet per se, but there's other gains besides that. Like, I definitely have felt more confident walking around. I'm like, yeah, like I go to the gym every day, not every day, but like
You go.
most days.
You go.
And I think just like that has made me more confident.
And it also helps with like, once you start to like feel more confident, you have the mindset of like, oh, I can do this, so I can do like other things that I'm not really comfortable with, and I'm willing to try those things. And like, you're also not only like bettering your body, but you're bettering your mind. And like,
Yeah.
you, when you work out, you get like a little dopamine rush. Like, you literally feel better.
Yeah.
And I literally had a doctor when I was like 12 tell me that, like, oh, you're working out enough, like, you're good.
Huh.
And I was like, okay, King, thanks.
I also think that part of like not just floating through life for me has been because I'm a person who really needs routine, but I also will get stuck in that routine, and it kind of just feels like, oh, I don't have anything exciting coming up, or like just waiting for the weekend to kind of have like fun, exciting things. And I definitely think college has helped me a ton with that because I'm kind of forced to be out of a routine. You're going to have different classes every day. You might have a class on Mondays and Thursdays, but you don't have it on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
You know, your classes might be later certain days and earlier certain days. And so things are different, and then pretty much like it feels like every day you're kind of meeting new people because you don't know what someone's doing around campus that day.
Yeah. Or literally just seeing new people every single day.
Yeah, so I think like that kind of like forces you into it. And even if you like aren't going to college, just simply like on your like in your daily routine, try and like pick out like, oh, that like is new today, and like notice if you see a person walking by you and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen them before, maybe see if you see them again, like that type of thing. Maybe you can introduce yourself to them, make a friend.
I will say college has gotten me into more, well, I would say college has definitely gotten me into less of a routine because like high school, literally every single day was my full day of classes, and then I go home, I eat a little snack, I go to soccer practice, I come back home, I shower, and go to bed. And like that was my routine every single day. And then the weekends, it's games every single weekend. But like with college, it's like you don't have the same classes every day. And like after school, I don't have soccer to do. I go to the gym and like, or sometimes I don't go to the gym. Like it really just is, I have more freedom basically. And I feel like it's helped me a lot, like grow out of my shell. I feel a lot more um like in charge, I guess.
Yeah.
And I get like a lot of people feel like that coming from high school and like living with your parents and like your family and you're coming in to college. And sometimes I will say freshman year I was very like nervous. I was very shy and I did have like some friends that helped me come out of my shell, but overall I was still like a very shy person and just like literally meeting new people every single year has helped me a lot. I moved in or I lived with four girls that I didn't know my sophomore year and they're now my best friends and like met Emma, met all of the girls that we're living with. Like it really is just you kind of have to put yourself out there to try and better yourself because no one else is going to help better you.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's you.
I think a good way to think about it is like wherever you are now, you wouldn't be there if you didn't step out of your comfort zone in some way. I mean, even like growing up,
Yeah.
like going from being a kid to a preteen, to a teenager. Like there's certain things too in life that you can't even like you can't help but step out of your comfort zone. Anything new is going to be out of your comfort zone and you
Yeah.
can't even help it. So I think thinking of it like that is really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to our second topic. Accepting life as it comes instead of being stuck in the past or the future. So first, let's dive in with a TikTok from Motivation Versum.
So if I could give everyone a tip, there's basically 3 things that you should stop doing immediately if you want to be happier. Number 1, you have to stop regretting the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't forget the past. You can learn from it and get better from it so you don't make the same mistakes, but you got to stop regretting the past. Number 2 is stop worrying about the future. Psychologists have found that 85% of what you worry about on a daily basis will never happen. That's a waste of your energy. That's a waste of your time. And then number 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. Other people cannot make you happy. It is absolutely impossible. Happiness is 100% an inside job.
Okay, so the TikTok from Motivation Versum, he's basically saying that you're only going to find true happiness by in the present and also inside yourself, not from other people. And that's just like a little basic rundown. And from Instagram, our advice is from Tevid Lawson. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so basically, from Instagram, Tevid Lawson basically says that had a little quote that says it's important to accept life and trust your journey to have peace. So let's dive into both of those pieces of advice and our own pieces of advice. Let's start with the advice from TikTok. So, do you want to start or do you want me to?
Sure, I can start. Basically, it's kind of what I said, like, the last time, like, on our last topic, like, the only way you can really better yourself is if you want to do it. You're going to be the only person that can. And, like, you can have people to support you, but at the end of the day, it's your mindset. And another thing, like, I'm going to relate it back to the gym again, because it really is, like, when I think about it, like, deeper, other than, like, oh, I want muscles, like, it really is a mindset of, like, I can do this and I need to do this for myself. Like whenever I'm trying out a new weight or like trying to get a PR basically, I'm constantly thinking I can do this, I can do this. It's heavy, but I can do this. And like I want to do it to better myself and get stronger. And not even like again, not even physically stronger, but mentally stronger, showing that I can push myself to do things that are hard and do things that make me uncomfortable, but it helps and it also makes me happy because like, oh my God, I'm strong. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I think a lot of that too is like being when you're like lifting weights and everything. Obviously, you can like think about other things while you do it, but it kind of forces you to be focused on what you're doing. You're focused on what muscles you're using and everything,
Mind to muscle connection.
and like focused on the present.
Yeah.
And I
being in
think
that
that's where
moment.
I find a lot of peace in going to the gym and like doing physical activities like that, or even like mental activities like a puzzle. It kind of forces you to only think about what you're doing right then. I know overthinking is really common in general with
Very
people
easy.
and in this like in our generation and everything, but it's also like, and it's, you hear every day about how damaging overthinking can be.
Yeah.
And even like personally, I know I have a lot of overthinking issues, and I've literally seen where that will drive me to like, will honestly feel like I'm insane. But besides that, it will like make me really upset for no reason. Like there's no reason for me to be in that mood. And then I think also thinking about the future, it can be hard because people tell you like, oh, don't worry about the future, don't worry about this. And hearing someone say don't worry about it is one thing, but when you're actually the person worrying, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And so that can be hard, and I sometimes I think it can feel like the only way to kind of like stop that is by just like staying busy,
Yeah.
which is good, but also I think that kind of ties back into our other point a little bit of how to not just float through life. That can leave you
Yeah.
really floating through life, because if you're constantly looking at what's ahead, then you're not truly happy, one,
Yeah.
with what's going on in your life right now, and then two, you're floating through, you're missing your life.
Yeah. But also, like they said, it's important to not like dwell in the past. Because thinking back to my freshman year, like how close I was with some people, and now I literally don't even talk to them. Sometimes I'll catch myself thinking about our like past friendship and like what I could have done to prevent the situation from happening and what I could have done to like make sure I still talk to them, because like I consider them my best friends at one point, and like I lived with them for all of my freshman year, and I will catch myself thinking about it, and I just like it's hard to snap myself out of it and snap myself out of like that mindset of like, oh, I used to be so close with these people and now I don't even talk to them.
Yeah.
But it's also like it really just wasn't meant to be, I guess, which sounds kind of like,
I mean, and there's
know.
always going to be that what if. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of what
Always.
happened with the situation, if you were in the wrong or if they were in the wrong, or if no one was in the wrong and you just grew apart, because that happens.
yeah.
Like, especially when you're this age and when you're in your early 20s, late teens, early 20s, and even like probably in your later 20s, it happens because as you're going through different stages of life, I
Yeah.
mean, moving from high school to college, and this is talked about all the time, of how many people you just kind of grow apart from.
Yeah.
Not because anything happened, but like,
You just grow apart. It
There's-
just happens.
I forget what it's called, but there's this thing about having like a bubble. Like, it's a spatial thing of like,
If you don't like see them every day.
yeah, if you're not around them, if they're not in your vicinity, like if you're not living in the same town,
Yeah.
type of thing, it's kind of more likely for that to like
Yeah.
grow apart in a sense.
Which kind of makes sense. I don't talk to anyone from high school. I'm
Like,
being honest.
it happens. I only have a few friends that I talk to
Yeah.
from high school.
But I feel like in college, it definitely, like, I could see that happening.
Yeah, and
And
even after.
yeah, I know like Kat's worried about it. Like everyone
Yeah.
is worried about it.
Like
but,
a lot of our friends are worried, but
all of our friends who have graduated. But it really is just like if you want to make that friendship like last and like you want to keep being friends, like everyone has to put in effort
yeah,
to make it
and
happen.
with that, there's also like the going back to the point about you're only gonna find true happiness like in yourself, and that kind of ties into the accepting your life, and like trusting your journey, to have peace and everything. Is like it's okay for everyone to put in that effort. Like everyone needs to put in that effort. Not need, but like, if you want to put in that effort should put in that effort to like stay in contact with your friends and stuff, but also not fully relying on that friendship.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, like it's not good to put all of your reliance on someone else.
Yeah.
Because
don't put all your eggs in one basket.
they have their own, like, I don't want to say it, motive sounds really bad. They have their own life. They have their own life, and they have their own like things going on. And so even sometimes like people are going to let you down and they're not going to mean to. It might be like a little thing.
Sometimes that's something I struggle to think about, of like everyone has their own life. Like I literally have a twin brother and he's off at USC right now, and I'm like, if I don't see him, like he doesn't exist. Which sounds really bad.
No, but I get
just
it.
Like,
it's hard to like wrap your mind around it.
Yeah. Like he has his own friend group and everything. He has his own life, his own job that he's doing, and like I know about it, but like I'm not, I guess, like as aware of it as some people are about like other people's lives. Like I'm not really concerned, which sounds bad. It sounds really bad. But like I don't know. It's just not something I think about.
No, it makes sense. I think I kind of have a trouble with that in a sense. I have the same issue.
Yeah.
But I also have trouble about it like when it comes to thinking about like day to day, like making plans with people.
Yeah.
Like if I make plans with someone and then like to just like go get dinner, and then something happens where they end up being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I actually can't get dinner tonight," or something like that. Or it used to be to the point where like in high school, if I asked someone to hang out, like I don't even know what they're doing. And I asked them to hang out and they were like, no, like maybe another time, I'd get so upset because I have like a set plan in my head of, okay, we're going to go to dinner at 5:00 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to see if they can hang out today. They're going to be able to. We're going to go to Target. Like that type of thing. And I'd get so upset. And like, I still get so upset if plans get changed in any way or like altered.
Yeah.
Especially if I've been like looking forward to them, which like that's natural.
Yeah.
You're going to feel a little bit of letdown. I would literally feel like the world was ending. I would start sobbing. The world was over. I had to sit in my room for the rest of the day. And it was immediately an awful day. And that's really just not healthy, to be honest. Because
it's setting like high expectations for other people.
Yeah.
But it really is just like an expectation you set like in your mind, kind of.
Right. When at the end of the day, like people have their own like things going on.
Yeah.
It's fine. If maybe they canceled dinner because someone in their family got sick or they had a bad phone call and they knew like, okay, I shouldn't go to dinner with them right now. Like I'm in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
Like they genuinely could have been doing it for you don't know. I literally just went over this in class. You don't know the other person's perspective.
Yeah.
And there's no true way of knowing it without communication. So I think that's why it's so important to really like find happiness in yourself.
Yeah. And really don't rely on other people. Sometimes, I will say sometimes I rely on my fiance to like help bring up my mood. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's fine. And your partner, like, that's not the only thing your partner's there for. But like,
sometimes you just need like a little extra boost.
Yeah,
or,
sometimes you need to be around a certain person.
Yeah.
In your life.
Someone that you're like super comfortable with and like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't always have to talk to them.
Overall, let's go over like I think overall the main thing with mindfulness and like being aware of yourself and others is really boils down to, I think, finding true happiness in yourself, which kind of makes you learn more about yourself. It kind of forces you into doing things like stepping out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
and learning more about yourself, which is making you more mindful of your body and your mind.
Yeah.
Which in turn, generally, people that are pretty mindful about like themselves are also mindful about others.
Yeah.
Because if you're self-aware that you're doing something wrong, you're obviously being mindful of
Yeah. You're more
how other
likely.
people feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it really just boils down to that. And I know like the advice from social media can be overwhelming. And like the first TikTok, we hear this guy saying like, oh, you need to do this. And that can be like, oh my gosh, maybe I should. And then 10 minutes later, you've gone off TikTok and you're going to forget about it.
Yeah.
But
And it's not something, like, you don't need to make a major change, like some of these people are saying. Like, it can just be little changes that you add to your routine and something that becomes, like, a regular part of your routine that'll make you feel better, that'll make you feel like you're more present with people. And, like, I know a lot of, like, older people, like, millennials will be like, oh, get off your phone, like, you're not in the present. But, like, sometimes that does really help. Is
yeah.
like being off your phone and like actually paying attention
Yeah,
to
actually,
what is being said.
yeah, seeing what's like going on around you.
Yeah.
And everyone needs their phone time.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
But yeah, I definitely think that's a big part of it. Yeah. So I think that's really it.
yeah.
And other than that, thank you for joining me today, Addie.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you to everyone who has been following the journey. And we will have more episodes to come. Have a blessed day.